Monday Night Raw. I might gloss over some other storylines, but I'm gonna jump to the Stone Cold Bret Hart stuff on this one as well. So, all right. So Robert, they did right when the show starts. They do replay it, right?
I probably saw. Yeah, I must have seen this.
Steve Austin into
the black and white
rage. Imagine this is what Stone Cold did to his alleged best friend Brian Pillman. Yeah, that's right. And if this is how Austin treats his friends, imagine what he'll do to Bret Hart at Survivor Series. And there's Bret, yes, the Hitman, joining us live from his living room in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. And also live from the WWF studios in Stamford, Connecticut, Stone Cold Steve Austin. And when he talks, everybody listens. And ladies and gentlemen, in action, the World Wrestling Federation champion, Shawn Michaels.
All right, who cares about Shawn Michaels? All right, so we're here for the Stone Cold and Bret stuff. I'll gloss over what happened with Shawn Michaels later, just to tell you what happened. But this night is all about Stone Cold and Bret, which is, dude, Vlad, for everything that we talk about WCW and how great they were, this stands up. This is competition. Stone Cold and Bret, they got it going on this episode. All right, so I'll jump to a little later in the show. So Alfred Hayes is there trying to announce matches for Survivor Series. So he's doing like a read-through, and Stone Cold is going to interrupt him and just jump into this segment.
I'm real pumped about Survivor Series. First of all, the whole Survivor Series weekend. It kicks off Saturday night, November 16th, at the beautiful Marriott Marquis with the Hall of Fame banquet. 8 new members will be inducted into the Hall of Fame.
We already got a problem here, man, because nobody cares about 8 old farts getting a trophy handed to them. And don't you dare sit there like a jackass with a pair of blinders on and ignore Stone Cold. You get me on the camera and do your damn job.
All right, Doc, go ahead. All right, let's talk about the Survivor Series card as we know it now, Madison Square Garden, November 17th. First of all, you will...
Yeah, dude, what are these guys thinking going along with their show? Don't they know what's important? They're going to get Stone Cold on the air. All right.
Sounds as demented as Steve Austin.
Well, he's right. Haven't you been watching this show with me, dude? This whole series we've been doing post SummerSlam has been garbage until they're letting Stone Cold talk. That's probably why they didn't suspend him, because they need his ass on the show. Anyways,
and that's kind of what he said. He says that.
Yeah.
So
he says that later on.
Here's the end of Alfred Hayes' read-through, and Stone Cold comes back in.
Hoisted high above Madison Square Garden, inside of a steel cage, and of course you will see the 1996 King of the Ring Award winner, Stone Cold Steve Austin, meet the excellence of execution. We have already seen Stone Cold live here in the studio. We know that Bret is live at home in Calgary. What about
he's live at home in Calgary?
Well, because that's where they
What the hell do you mean he's in Calgary? You flew me all the way from Texas here.
I didn't do it.
Just things like this that's going to get someone's ass kicked, Doc. That's the bottom line. And the bottom line to Bret Hart is at Madison Square Garden, Stone Cold Steve Austin is going to whip your ass.
Sorry, Doc, for the interruption. Nonetheless, all that and more will happen.
Doc Hendricks, I guess they call him here, not Lord Alfred Hayes, right?
Lord Alfred Hayes is somebody else.
Oh, my bad. Okay. He does look like him.
Slightly. Yeah, that's kind of funny, but yeah, no.
Okay, my bad. Doc Hendricks, excuse me. I will change that on my review sheet.
Extraordinary athletes and live.
Later on, Robert.
There he is, the Hitman Bret Hart, scheduled to join us, and Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Bret just playing
makeup. Anything can happen here in the World.
Oh, man.
That was awesome. That was a perfect segment, dude. That was like the perfect dichotomy.
Oh, yes.
Bret just sitting there like petting his cat, and Stone Cold like fucking scaring away the makeup lady. Oh my God, so good. So good.
Anything can happen here in the world. We won't see Mr. Perfect in the ring anytime soon, but we will see Stone Cold Steve Austin, ladies and gentlemen, yes. And there he is, live in our WWF studios. Mr. Austin, can you hear us?
Yeah, stop jerking me around, bitch. You bring me on the air, and then you don't want to give me no airtime.
You're going to get airtime.
What are you cutting me off for? This is a rib, right? You're kidding me, right?
Stone Cold is trying to freaking do business here, and these guys are trying to do their ridiculous show, you know? Anyways, moving along. Here's an interesting thing. Brian Pillman from his home next week.
I remember this.
Everybody remembers this.
I think this is.
I can't believe we're going on hiatus right at this point, right when shit is getting good. Actually,
actually that's true. Things are getting good, but this is not really one of those moments. But yes, this is a moment everybody's still talking
satellite,
about.
just we have Bret Hart live from Calgary next week, ladies and gentlemen. Joining us, the injured Brian Pillman, live from his home in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Whoa!
Joining us now.
Live from his home. What do you mean you're going to go live from his home? You go to Bret's house, you go to Brian's house. Well, why didn't you go to Victoria, Texas, and come to my house?
Well, Mr. Austin, you are...
No, shut up! If anybody's going to Brian's house next week, well, you can damn well bet that Stone Cold Steve Austin's going to be there, because if you're going to have a party with some crippled freak, you can bet I'll be there, and that's the bottom line.
Don't you think you've done enough to Brian Pillman?
What do you mean done enough? What do you mean done enough?
Let's take you back. All right, let's show you the footage that happened. WWF Superstars just yesterday. Here we go. Now let's listen.
Okay, so we did watch this, so I'm going to skip forward.
Went out in the emergency vehicle. You stopped the progress of the emergency vehicle with that car. You wouldn't let him go. You wouldn't let him take him to the hospital.
Well, that's because if they were going to take him anywhere, they should have carried his ass to the cemetery, because if he comes back...
Damn, dude.
Are you telling me you're going to go to Pillman's house? You live at Pillman's house?
Hey, when you get jerked around as long as I have, and when the WWF starts jerking you around, you got to do what you got to do.
Is that
and
right?
Brian Pillman's going to get a house call.
What kind of a man are you? What kind of a man would do that to his best friend? What kind of a creep are you?
See, here's the thing. Brian Pillman forgot. DTA, brother. Don't trust anybody.
Right.
You thought I was your friend. You were the biggest pup in the world, and I had the strings, and there you were.
He was a crippled man.
That's right. He's still a crippled man, and he's got that stupid, raspy voice with 33 third operation. Who really gives a rat's ass about all that? It's Stone Cold's time. Shut up.
Why hasn't Gorilla Monsoon taken action against you?
Why do you keep asking me stupid questions? Because you know, Vince, the Gorilla Monsoon is just a puppet. That's all. You know you're the one that's pulling all the strings here. You're the boss. Why don't you do something to me?
Because
No, shut up. I'll tell you why. Because you're a greedy, selfish promoter, and you know Stone Cold and Bret Hart are going to get it on in the biggest match of the decade, and you don't want to miss out. You're going to fill your back pocket full, son. But listen to this. I would make a lot of money for this match, but I'd just as soon kick his ass for free.
All right. In any event, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh, I got to pause that.
Dude, I mean, unbelievable. Yes, he is such an amazing talent.
I marked this as the beginning of the Stone Cold Vince McMahon feud. Subplot.
Potential. Well, not yet.
Agree, because you're a greedy, selfish promoter. You're just trying to make money. You're gonna make a lot of money off me, dude. This is the beginning. I would put this as literally the first scene in the Vince Stone Cold feud.
Potentially, you could, but I don't think I would say this is where it started.
I mean, you could say that the seed was planted here, but like I don't know I wouldn't really count it as the beginning until I think the first stunner that he gave Vince. I can't remember which
he's mistreating his boss, bro. He's treating his boss like shit. He doesn't respect him at all. This is like, you know, and obviously Vince is not suspending him because he needs his ass for business, because WCW is kicking their ass, and this is the only hope they've got, and they're sending him out there and they're giving him the ball. So
and he's not only running with it, he's destroyed. He's killing it out there. Been tremendous. He's been tremendous. Everything that you've showed so far, he's been.
All right, I got the face-to-face, Robert. It's 5 minutes, Bret Hart and Stone Cold. So after that, we just got a 2-minute clip to close the show, and that's it for the videos we got.
Big from the bar. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Bret the Hitman Hart, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Gentlemen, we thank
this is fucking great, by the way. I love this.
Thank you so much for your patience.
Right.
And Bret, let's get the first question, if you don't mind, to you. Some say that the reason you took so long in making up your mind to come back to action here in the World Wrestling Federation, well, there are a number of reasons, but principal among them is that you knew that Steve Austin was the man who has challenged you. And my question is, whether or not, is that one of the reasons why you were reticent to make up your mind?
No, not at all. I think what you're looking at 12 years, and if you really want to add on even more years than that, you can, because I've grown up with wrestling my whole life, and you're looking at 12 years without any kind of a break of being physically mauled by giants and great wrestlers for years and years and years, and it just took its toll. Yep. And I'll be the first one to say that Steve Austin, Stone Cold, is a great wrestler, and I knew immediately upon seeing him that I was going to be dealing with a very, very tough wrestler. But as far as, he had nothing to do with my decision to step back from wrestling.
Basically, loosely translated, you're saying, yes, Vince, I'm afraid Stone Cold is going to kick my ass. That's what you're saying.
That's not what you're saying, is it, Brett?
Yeah, somehow you need to clean that up a bit.
Yeah, I think
as far as you kicking my ass.
There you go.
You maybe should think twice about that. I don't know if you got what it takes to kick my ass. I've actually recuperated. I've been off. I'm ready for this match.
But Brett, if I may,
I'm better than I've ever been.
Sure. If I can ask you this, what about the fact that you have not been in the ring for some 6 months, and there must be some ring rust? Would it not have been more wise for you to accept a match with a lesser individual rather than Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Right. Answer.
You know, I don't see it that way. I mean, sure, there might be a little ring rust. Maybe there won't be. No one's going to know till I get in the ring how good or bad the 5 months off has affected my wrestling style. But I don't really care. I want to go in and I want to accomplish a lot of things in the World Wrestling Federation starting right now. And what better way to do it than take on Stone Cold, who I think, and I said it before on my live interview, and I'll say it again right now, is the best wrestler in the World Wrestling Federation until November 17th.
But if Steve Austin defeats you, I mean, obviously this man has great confidence in himself. He would not have challenged you. He's trying to make a name for himself. This is like a gunslinger type situation where indeed you've got a reputation. He wants to live off of your reputation, and if he defeats you in Madison Square Garden, the question is then, will you continue your comeback here in the WWF?
Well, I mean, that's a very likely possibility, and you know what, I've thought about that, and I'm willing to accept whatever happens in that match, you know, and if I come up short, then I'm just going to get right back up on my horse like a gunfighter, and, you know,
well, see, here's the deal. Shut up. Here's the deal. Win, lose, draw, Brett, it ain't over. It ain't over. You're never going to get through with Stone Cold Steve Austin. You're going to have to kill me first, son, and that's the bottom line, and it's the truth. Win, lose, or draw, I will always be on your ass.
Well, that's why I'm the excellence of execution.
Yeah, whatever.
You wear a hood while you get assassinated.
I'm the best there is, I'm the best there was, and I'm the best there ever will be, and you're going to find that out firsthand, son. Say something.
You know, everyone thinks that because I'm coming back that I have this built-up impression in my head that I'm going to clean up the WWF. I know better than anyone else that it's going to be a real hard job. And,
Brett, we thank you so much for joining us.
It's Austin's house now.
All right, thank you very much for joining us. Bret the Hitman Hart.
No. You can tell him to go kiss off, but I've been here all night, and I ain't leaving yet, and you can stop counting me down, because I done told you once, son. We got a damn problem.
Hey, wait a minute.
No more. That ain't gonna work.
There's a production assistant.
No, we're through my long shot. You don't count me down.
What is that?
Nobody counts me down. You want your precious miners? You think it's all fun and games for Stone Cold? It ain't fun and games.
Oh, man.
What the hell, man? Bret Hart was so cerebral. Like he would just let like Stone Cold talk shit and be disrespectful, and he just wouldn't care. Like he's just so experienced. I love how he handled himself here. That's how everyone should handle themselves all the time when people are being fucking like low life disrespectful pricks around them. Like what a class act. I'll say that.
Easier said than done. That's for sure.
I know.
Both guys played their parts perfectly. Like Bret as the ultimate guy, and Steve Austin is just a guy that's gotten absolutely nuts, nuts heel. But yeah, it was good. It was a very good segment, very, very strong.
Yes, and Stone Cold saying, "You'll never be done with me. Like, I don't care about this match. Like, this is going to be a war, son."
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Yes, their feud, it was one of my favorites. Hopefully we get back to it when we come back from our hiatus, but yeah. It's
all right, so, Robert, later on what happens is there's a match, the main event, Shawn Michaels and the British Bulldog, but forget that. Listen to what the commentators have to say about, because Stone Cold attacked that production guy afterwards.
Right. I don't know. All over Shawn Michaels. And we'll take a look at this double feature. And by the way, again, ladies and gentlemen, we can confirm now that the police have indeed been called. That security guard has called the police on Stone Cold Steve Austin, who apparently is still raising hell. And look at this. Michaels is in trouble. Stay with us as Raw continues.
That's pretty good. This is good shit going up against WCW, man. Someone called the police on Stone Cold. All right, so the main event is over, Robert, and we got like 1 minute left on the show. Here it is.
Okay. Just to get his hands on Bret Hart. And again, we are live. And that same security guard.
You can't do nothing to Stone Cold because Vince McMahon won't let nothing happen to me.
What?
You got to understand I'm a star.
He thinks he can do it. Do you see the police? Well, I'll tell you, this man is going to be in trouble. They're going to take him away in handcuffs. Stone, we'll see you 1 hour earlier.
Calm down.
Next week, 7:57.
You need to calm down, Mr. Stone Cold.
Mr. Stone Cold, calm yourself.
All right. So this is how I reviewed this storyline here on my Raw review. I got Stone Cold satellite face-off with Bret Hart ends with Stone Cold assaulting production crew and law enforcement being called in. That's how I summarized this storyline here today. I got the subplots, as I call them, Stone Cold attacking Pillman, and then Stone Cold arguing with Vince, and then obviously the interview with Bret, and then him getting out of control and getting arrested. For all that, I gave 5 points on my rating system. Fire! That was awesome. That's as good as it gets, man. That's as good as it gets. All right, let's hear some comments from y'all. Vlad, Robert, who wants to make comments on this amazing classic footage of Stone Cold and Bret Hart and everything that we just saw?
That segment when Stone Cold was arguing with Vince McMahon, that right there I would rate that as fire. That was incredible.
Okay.
Right. Him and Bret Hart, that was really good too. I don't know if I'd give that a fire, but that was really good. Maybe I'll give that a loved it rating. So yeah, I mean, this is all around really, really good. The stuff where he attacked the production assistant. I mean, yeah, that was crazy, but I know what happens in Brian Pillman's house, and that's what happens in this scene is not compared to what happens later.
Yeah,
it does not compare.
Yeah, that's true. That whole thing is going to be insane. But this was amazing. All of this was fantastic. I'm glad they kind of allowed Steve Austin to be Steve Austin. I mean, he is an amazing talent that was wasted for many years. I think every time he keeps saying that he was being jerked around and all that stuff, all that stuff is true. All that stuff is true, and he was wasted the first couple of years in WWF with the stupid gimmick. And now that he's allowed to kind of be his chaotic self, he's amazing. Obviously, he's easily. And his facials are incredible, like as well. You know, I talked about Paul Heyman's facials, but here when he was listening to Bret, his eyes were like locked in, and then some of the stuff that he was doing was hilarious as well. Yeah, the back and forth with Vince and the stuff with Bret, all tremendous. Yeah, I mean, this was if I had to rate it, I think I would have to say it was a fire segment.